Beyond the Looking Glass, a photographic journey through Gryphonia.
Dear Damien Darden, I hope this message finds you well. My name is Tiffany Bordeaux, and I serve as the head of the Public Relations Department at the Multiverse Research Institute, MRI. I must express my deep admiration for your insightful work and your dedication to exploring the mysteries of our world. Your journalistic prowess has not gone unnoticed, and I am excited to extend a unique opportunity your way. Dr. Hattie Tudor, our esteemed director, and I have been following your contributions closely. Your dedication to shedding light on the unknown and your ability to communicate complex concepts to the public have impressed us greatly. It is with great pleasure that I extend to you an invitation to visit our cutting-edge facilities at the MRI. This is an unprecedented chance to witness firsthand the remarkable research that occurs within our walls. With Dr. Tudor's blessing, I will personally guide you through our state-of-the-art laboratories, allowing you access to areas that have never been revealed to any journalist before. You will have the opportunity to interact with our brilliant scientists, observe our advanced technologies, and gain insights into the awe-inspiring research we are conducting. Our mission at the MRI extends beyond the boundaries of our own world. We believe that understanding the intricate web of life across realities can lead to invaluable knowledge and advancements for humanity. By sharing our work with the world through your skilled storytelling, we hope to garner support and appreciation for the significance of our endeavors.
My journey began with a letter. While browsing through my morning feed, I spotted an unfamiliar name. I gave it a quick once-over, half suspecting a spam message had slipped through the filter. Barely a paragraph in, I nearly spat my morning coffee onto the holoscreen. This was no fishing expedition. This was my very own golden ticket. I resisted the urge to break into a song and dance number, but I did spend the rest of the day humming. A guided tour of the Multiverse Research Institute. How could this possibly be real? Diplomats, celebrities, and the super rich count themselves lucky to make it as far as the visitor center. We've all seen pictures online of some famous face grinning like a fool beside the original Looking Glass prototype. A chance to even glance at the current incarnation requires a security clearance level I can't even imagine. I dread to think of the background check I went through behind the scenes. After getting in touch with Ms. Bordeaux through the online contact page, I confirmed that this letter was indeed the genuine article, set up a date and time, and printed out a hard copy of the letter. It currently resides in the same frame in which I formerly displayed my diploma. A company car came to pick me up bright and early. The sky above the Institute is a no-fly zone, and even if it weren't, the building is too far from anywhere to be worth a detour from the Sky Ferry. Walking all the way from the nearest stop would have left me in no condition for the tour, so I'm grateful they came to get me. I understand many of the Institute's employees carpool in vehicles just like the one that carried me to my destination. The particulate level that day made for a beautiful sunrise. The ethereal quality of the light could almost make you forget the carcinogens drifting on the winds. As the fog cleared at the edge of civilization, figures materialized along the side of the road, many of them holding signs and trying in vain to catch the attention of passers-by. The protesters were out in force this morning. I could make out representatives from the three main groups, the 7 Days, One Gods, and Earth Firsts. Even though each have different reasons for wanting to see the end of the multiverse observation device, they all joined together to brave the haze and wave their signs. Just don't give any one faction a minute longer in the news, or someone's going to get a black eye. How can I describe my first impression of the Institute? Finally seeing it with my own 2 eyes and head-mounted recording device, do I call it magnificent? Awe-inspiring? A testament to humanity's boundless imagination and ingenuity? Truth be told, my reaction was closer to, wow, that's big, but with a few more colorful words thrown in. I'd heard the upper stories were airtight and pressurized, so the engineers don't get lightheaded when swapping out fuses, but witnessing it rise over a distant hill and just keep going really drives the point home. Pulling up at the main gates, my driver warned me not to speak to the guards unless spoken to, and definitely not to make any jokes. I wanted to ask if I needed to remove my belt and shoes while I was at it, but I didn't think the comment would be appreciated, so I kept it to myself. After a cursory inspection, the guards asked me to step out of the vehicle while they performed a more comprehensive check of me, my clothing, and my equipment before I could return to my seat. I was honestly relieved they didn't perform a full-body cavity search. I waited while their handheld DNA sequencer confirmed my identity and stared up at the monolith ahead. After all that, a friendly face was a welcome sight. The head of the MRI's PR department excels at providing just that. Tiffany Bordeaux welcomed me in the visitor center's Hall of Worlds, and we quickly got down to business. Mind if I ask you some questions while I handle these forms?
Absolutely, Damien. I'm here to assist and ensure your visit goes smoothly.
What's the primary purpose of the MRI?
The Multiverse Research Institute is devoted to unraveling the mysteries beyond our reality. We aim to explore and comprehend the diverse range of worlds across the multiverse. Our research spans from understanding unique ecosystems to grasping the fundamental principles that govern their existence.
How do you respond to Earth First's concerns?
We understand Earth First's concerns. However, our research offers insights into the cosmic context and our role within it. By studying other worlds, we learn about different ecological systems and potential solutions to our environmental challenges.
What about accusations from 7 days and one God?
While respecting everyone's beliefs, our focus is scientific. We don't make claims about the divine. Our work expands human knowledge and our understanding of the universe.
And the safety concerns due to the immense power and forces at play?
Safety is paramount. We have protocols and systems in place to ensure safe operation. Our research is conducted with a deep understanding of physics, and we've taken precautions to minimize risks for researchers and the environment.
Any personal favorite discovery by the Institute?
Numerous discoveries stand out, but if I had to choose, Aurelia is special. It's a world filled with crystalline structures refracting sunlight, boasting ecosystems unlike Earth's.
The Visitor Center's museum exhibits showcase technology that has served the MRI since its inception, including a few even earlier artifacts. The Looking Glass prototype, along with its unforeseen outcomes, marked the birth of the current multiverse observation device. Dr. Tudor's Looking Glass project originated as a covert, government-funded experiment to create a window to anywhere. The device selected a narrow, three-dimensional slice of space within a short range, detecting photons passing through the chosen region. An AI model processed this data to reconstruct a holographic image of what you could see while gazing directly at that region. Initial experiments indicated a range of 3 meters. However, when Dr. Tudor activated the prototype, her team didn't witness their lab from an alternate perspective. Instead, they saw a sparkling array of stars. Assuming the range must be greater than they dreamed, possibly extending beyond Earth's atmosphere, they rotated the selected region in anticipation of glimpsing Earth below. Their expectation was met with a view of a red, swollen star, which they named Regina Rubrum. Continued observation led the team to realize that although much of the stellar background differed, a substantial portion matched Earth's expectations. The conclusion was, to say the least, hard to fathom. The Looking Glass revealed not merely a distant red giant, but an entirely separate reality. Subsequent enhancements enabled exploration of realities beyond the reality now named Red Queen, after the star. The facility expanded, housing larger prototypes and a greater power supply, extending the range to over Earth's diameter. This allowed views of entire Earth-sized worlds and portions of larger planets. Officially, Project Looking Glass never achieved its intended goal of secretly observing Earth without notice. Diplomatically, that's the stance they'd uphold. The influx of data from other realities implies that even if they could spy on us, they seem far too busy. Regardless, diplomats visit frequently, seeking reassurance that the Institute isn't up to anything, resulting in the high level of security I observed. Even the old, broken-down prototype is encased in bulletproof glass. After all, even if Dr. Tudor's team hasn't deciphered how to spy on the world, that doesn't stop someone else from attempting to do so. At the museum's end, unsurprisingly, was the gift shop. Typically, this is where an average tour concludes. However, since I still had more sights to see, I repressed the urge to load up on plush Postura Absurdus toys, Griffin egg soap complete with cheap rubber griffins inside, or even another calendar. Instead, I opted for the novelty map of Gryphonia. There was, after all, a non-zero chance that I could talk my way into obtaining a few scientists' autographs, and I needed something for them to sign. No such luck. Resembling a classic vintage-style map, this one boasted its share of fanciful monsters to fill in some of the blank spaces. But unlike your typical antique cartography, the sea serpents here once ruled the waters of Gryphonia, and the feathered creature perched atop the "Here be griffins" legend still roams the land. Impossible beasts, reminiscent of our ancient myths and legends, have walked, swum, and soared throughout the history of this enigmatic alternate world. Their museums are replete with fossilized dragon bones, and the inhabitants, well, we'll get to them later. For now, let's embark on our journey with the noble griffin, from whom this world derived its name. Pankila Griffith. The legendary griffins are described as having the bodies of lions and the heads and wings of eagles. Since ancient times, they've been portrayed as the guardians of untold wealth and treasures. Theories about the myth's origins claim ties to dinosaur fossils near gold deposits. However, as often happens with such tales, the truth remains shrouded in antiquity. Yet when observed through the looking glass, griffins shed their status as mere myths. They are living, breathing creatures. These beings are not hybrids of lions and eagles, but distinct entities in their own right. And they are not alone. Gryphonia teems with an array of similar creatures, each occupying diverse range of ecological niches. However, it's the griffin that holds the title of most famous, both in Gryphonia and beyond. This distinction led biologists at the Institute to aptly name the entire class to which they belong Gryphiforms, in homage to these magnificent beings. Resembling the majority of their class, the griffins possess both feathers and fur, warm-blooded characteristics, and lay eggs. They're nurturing parents, even feeding their young with the aid of mammary glands, and remarkable flyers aided by the enigmatic force known as mana.